Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you're all enjoying your afternoon. Listen, Q&A time. I am here with a Q&A. Currently, while I just wait for people to join, I just want to mention a couple of things. So the first one being, I just want to thank everybody who tuned in to Kevin Campbell's show yesterday. It was absolutely fantastic. If you've not checked it out, please do go and check that out. I really, really urge you all to check that out. It was a good show. Also, as well, I want to apologize because I realized, and this is one of the things that I was a bit kind of disappointed with myself in, is that I realized I didn't really answer any of your questions. I saw a lot of you putting in the chat, and I didn't really engage with the chat because I was so focused on the chat that I was having with Kevin Campbell. And, that's something that I will have to work on to try and incorporate so you guys get your questions answered. And that was one of the things that I was unhappy about with my presenting, watching back the show, as I watch all my shows back, because, I like to learn and practice, and I like to do things differently. I like to improve. So I always check on, I always give my shows a watch just to see how I can improve. And that was one of the things that, I was a little bit disappointed with myself on that one. But so, again, I want to apologize that that didn't happen. But also, Kev is coming on at least once a month during in the next future. So he's going to be appearing monthly on the channel, which is nice and kind of him to do. I really appreciate that. So I will, for the future, I will bear that in mind in terms of trying to get your questions answered. Like I've always said, I am learning. This is a new channel. I've only had it for a year. So listen, there's going to be bumps along the way. A bit like Arsenal, bumps along the way. But listen, we'll get there. But like I said, anyway, it's Q&A time. So like I say, this show is completely yours. I haven't got anything planned for this show apart from answering your questions, reading your comments. So fire them in. There's currently 4 people watching. So yeah, fire your comments in, and I will do my best to answer them. Let me scroll down here and see what we've got. Bear with me. Right, here we go. Big up, John. Hope you're well, my friend. Big up, Taib. Big up, John Wayne. Big up, John. Really? Do you really want me to answer that? Fish pie or lasagna? Lasagna for me, mate, but I do like fish pie. Fish pie is genuinely nice. So yeah, guys, firing your questions, football related, Arsenal related, anything is possible. Listen, while I'm waiting for a question, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things. And the first one being that I've seen, do you know what, right? Oh, yeah, sorry. That's another thing I wanted to bring to your attention. I was on Claude's channel this morning, so do go and check that out. But yeah, we were talking about Arteta and things like, basically, and as with Kevin, we were talking about Arteta and the Aston Villa result yesterday on Sunday. And do you know what I don't get? Right, what I don't get is all this fear of questioning Arteta's tactics. I mean, I don't get it. And what people have slightly got confused about is questioning Arteta, and people seem to think that because you question Arteta, that you don't want him as manager. Now, for some people, that might be the case. Of course, it might be. Not everybody. Arteta's not everyone's cup of tea. But listen, I think as Arsenal fans, we have every right to question Arteta, and he's not been. Things haven't been great at the moment, have they, with Arsenal? We've not been playing well, and certain things need addressing. And, you know, unfortunately, when performances aren't going well, the buck stops with Arteta. So he has to take some of the criticism. And I don't get all this fear from our fan base of questioning his tactics, because a majority of our fan base are just reluctant to question him and just give him this blind loyalty. John says Sanchez or Aubameyang. For me, Aubameyang, I think he's better than Sanchez. The only difference is with Sanchez is that he was a workhorse as well, whereas Aubameyang has slightly got less in his game. He's more of a goal scorer, but Sanchez was a worker and a goal scorer. But yeah, for me, Aubameyang. What else have we got? Do you know what, Taib? I'm going to say the way I'm going to answer your question is neither. and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll let you. Hey, listen. It's you know, it's like Christmas. I like mine to be unwrapped and completely naked. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to elaborate. So John says it's Sanchez. His is. Yeah, big up Tyrone. Remember, guys, hit the likes. Please do hit the likes. They've been getting fair few decent amount of likes on these videos. And if you're new to the channel, do subscribe as well. We'd really appreciate that. I'm over 1,200 subscribers now, which is fantastic. So yeah, do fire in your questions as well, guys. Smash the questions in, because like I said, this is your show. So if you don't fire in your questions, I will not be talking for very long or doing this very long show, will I? So yeah, fire in your questions. While I'm waiting for more questions as well, I am going to say this. I will be back I'm trying to get some more guests on as well, but I will be back. I've got a few things in the pipeline, but I will be back maybe Saturday. So I'm going to take a day off again tomorrow. But yeah, I will be back Saturday. The good thing about international breaks is you can take a little bit of a break from YouTube and stuff, can't you? So I'm fully making the most of that. Because yeah, it's a bit hectic throughout the season before the madness starts again next week. And also, as well as the Arsenal watch along next week, which is going to be Arsenal versus Leeds, I want you guys to let me know what other games you would like me to do for my Premier League watches. I want you guys to let me know. Thanks, John. Really appreciate that. John says, what's your early verdict on the Arsenal versus Leeds match coming up? So here's the way I see it going. I see that depends. Listen, Arteta's got to change it. For me, Arteta's got to change the players and maybe change the positions of the players and change not necessarily change the system, but he's definitely got to change something. And for me, these next 4 games are going to be critical. Now, do I think we'll beat Leeds? Yes, I absolutely do think we'll beat Leeds, because they play expansive football and they're very expansive at the back. So I do believe that Arsenal can exploit that. I do believe that we've got the players to do that. As I said on Claude's channel, I think that we've absolutely got the players to do that against Leeds. The teams you've got to worry about, especially for me and all other Arsenal fans, the teams you've got to worry about is the teams that just sit back, the teams that park the bus, because we don't break those down very easily, especially when they just park the bus. Teams like Aston Villa, against Aston Villa, fair enough. Obviously, the whole team had an off day against Aston Villa. And this is going to be a real test of mettle with Arteta to see how he reacts to a defeat like that. Because you listen to all the stuff that he's come out and said, and you listen to everything that he's been saying. I think he was shell shocked by that performance. So listen, Arteta's got a big job on his hands. He's got to use this international break wisely. He's got to figure out what he's going to do going forward, because certainly whatever he's used and whatever we've done as a team in the past and the way that he's set the team up in the past has not been good enough. And he's got to do miles better than that. So yeah, but I do think we'll get a result against Leeds. I don't think we'll win by much because, as you guys know, that our scoring record of late has been absolutely pathetic. So yeah, I don't think we'll win by loads, but I do think we will win. And that's me, speaking with a bit of optimism. And let me tell you, optimism is in short supply where Arsenal's concerned right now. And also, this is exactly why I said after the Man United game, we have to be cautious. I said after the Man United game, we have to be cautious. And everybody was saying, oh, it's a great win. And it was a great win. It was a fantastic win. But I also said, I said it on Claude's channel. I've said it on here. I've said that we've got to be cautious. We've got to be, we've got to keep it grounded. I said, for me, it's not the win against United. That was brilliant. For me, it's how we respond after that. And so far, the reason why I'm cautious, the reason why I was cautious after that is proving me right, because we're inconsistent. Yeah, thanks guys. Over 1 point. I'm over 1,200. So let's try and smash it now. The next target is 1,500. 1,500 subs. And the way to do that, guys, is by keep hitting that like button. Smash that like button like you would smash a hooker. John Wayne says, where do you see Arsenal in about 5 years? It depends, mate. It really does depend on how we develop as a team. It depends on the recruitment we can bring in over the next few transfer windows. And it also depends on Arteta and the decisions he makes, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch. And it depends whether the board backs him. So there's a lot of factors to consider. And if Arteta pulls stuff out the bag, if he gets the right players, I expect us to be at least challenging for the title in 5 years. Because you have to factor in as well, guys. And this is why I'm critical of Arteta at the moment, because he's making the wrong decisions and not being brave enough. But this is why I'm still sticking by him, because he has got to get rid of a lot of these players. A lot of these players aren't going to be here by the come next season, and hopefully come next season, the majority of this squad will have disappeared. Fans will be back in the stadiums, and then the real test starts for Arteta. But this season, and I'll tell you something now, this season, if he doesn't get top 4, his job has to be in question. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. His job has to be in question, because if we don't hit our targets and then the manager still gets away with it, what's the point in having targets? What is the point in setting targets what's the point in setting targets and then managers being able to get away with not achieving them? For me, you have to question him. You have to, but listen, we have to just wait and see how this season plays out. But as things stand, I'm not happy with the way we've been playing. It's absolutely been pathetic. And we've just scraped through. If we're being honest, we've scraped through. a lot. The wins that we did do, apart from the Fulham win, which, let's be honest, even Mananka played well against Fulham. Do you know what I mean? Apart from that, we've just scraped through. We scraped through against West Ham. We scraped through against Sheffield. Obviously, we beat Fulham. And obviously, we beat United. And, listen, United are in a similar, if not worse, state than we are. And that's exactly why I said that we had to be cautious. John says, if we get 6 points from the next 3 games, I will be happy. Mate, I'll be happy if the performances are better. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to see. I want to see better performances. I don't want to see papering over the cracks victories. I want to see victories that we've earned. And I want us to earn a victory. I want us to play well. I want us to perform better. But listen, who knows? Like I said, Arteta's got a massive job on his hands. He's got an absolute massive job on his hands over the next couple of weeks in terms of tactics, in terms of getting these players fired up. Because I think that was a real shock to him on Sunday. And now I think hopefully this makes him realise what other managers have had to contend with. Because it's not been great. It's just been pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But yeah, well, listen, we just wait and see, don't we? Remember, guys, smash the like button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. And there is a banner going across your screen with all my platforms. So do check them out. Tyrone said, would you pair Gabriel with inexperienced Saliba? Listen, I want to see him with Saliba. And he said, would you get a more experienced centre back? And you've listed a couple of names there. Listen, I wouldn't get any of the names that you've picked, to be honest. If I was to get an experienced centre back, it would probably be Upamecano, or it would probably be that Canute. Is it Canute? I think that's his name anyway. Yeah, I've seen reports linking us to Boateng as well. That one, I don't want Boateng. But do you know what? I would listen. We don't need to go and buy another centre off. We've got one in William Saliba. I think Arteta should use him. I don't think we should be going out looking for another centre half. I think we've got bigger problems. I think we should be going out and getting a decent right back. Bellerin for me, and I said on Claude's channel, I'm done with Bellerin. I'm absolutely done with Bellerin. I'm done with the fact I was done with Bellerin the moment he made those comments about Alexis Sanchez having too much of a winning mentality. For me, that should have been when the club terminated his contract. That should have been a big, big red flag for the club and for the manager at the time. But listen, we know that Bellerin is still here. But yeah, we need to get a right back. We need to get a creative midfielder. And yeah, we need to get rid of this deadwood, because it is absolutely appalling that a lot of our deadwood is still here. And it just goes to show that it's hard to get these players off. But luckily, a lot of the players' contracts are going to be expiring next summer, so we won't have that problem. Yeah, thanks, John. Really appreciate that. Neither, Taib. Absolute neither. Jonathan Porter says, if you picked the best of the top 6 teams, Arsenal would not have one player in it, if we're being honest. Arsenal will not have one player in that side. I disagree actually with you. I think Aubameyang would make it. Listen, Aubameyang is, obviously we know he's struggling this season, but I don't think that's down to him. I think, and this is where people as well need to get real. People need to realise that yes, Aubameyang scored all of his goals for Arsenal on the left, or most of them. But listen, that was then. This is now. It isn't working. So try something different. Put him somewhere else. You're quite happy to move other players around. Why not Aubameyang? Why is he a dead set on for that left position? Put him in the centre. It can't do no harm. I don't see why you're persisting with Lacazette. And this is another thing, right, as well. This is another thing. I don't know what everybody's love fest with Lacazette is. What is everybody's love fest? Because he holds the ball and he's better with his back to goal. Whoopie fucking do. I'm sorry, but my striker needs to score goals. That should be the first and foremost thing that he should do. Anything else should come second to that. That's what strikers are there for. You've got other players who can do hold up play. That, having Lacazette in the team is hurting us at the moment. Having Willian in the team is hurting us at the moment. And people think that sticking with the same 11, sticking with the same players, and they'll eventually come back into form, is stupid. I'm sorry, it's fucking stupid. It is absolutely stupid. And as I said on Claude's channel as well earlier, I said I'm seeing no difference in the football that we're playing now and the football under Unai Emery that we had last season. All we've done is that we've got better defensively, and that's because we've pretty much got everybody behind the ball and nobody's attacking. Arsenal, if Arsenal had beaten Norwich, Villa, Southampton and Watford, we would have finished top 4 last season. I don't know why Arsenal take these small teams lightly. I disagree. We were never going to get top 4 last season. And I was optimistic, guys. You guys know on this channel that I predicted we would. We're looking back on it now. We wouldn't have got it. It was too hard. Absolutely too hard. We'd left ourselves too much to do. And if we're not careful this season, the one thing I will say about this season is that it's so open and a couple of results can change your fortunes. So if we don't get our shit together now, eventually this league is going to take shape. Eventually this league is going to take shape and everybody's going to take their rightful position. At the moment, we've got an opportunity. We've got an opportunity. But if we let this league take shape before we buck up our ideas, we're going to be so far down the table. If we try and if we do something about it now, we could actually save our poor start. We could actually, we could salvage things because the league is so open at the moment. But that's not going to be forever. When other teams hit consistency, and that's been the problem. Every team has been inconsistent so far. But when Liverpool start hitting a bit of consistency, when Man City start hitting a bit of consistency, you look at Chelsea when they get consistent, Tottenham when they get consistent, Leicester when they hit consistency, when they get more consistent, this league is going to take shape. So we need to get our act together and get our act together fast. John says, I agree with you about Arteta, but there's no point in sacking him unless we can bring in a top manager. Listen, I'm not saying sack him. If he doesn't hit our targets at the end of the season, then fair, then you could sort of question it. But I'm not saying sack him now. I'm just saying that he needs to start doing things differently because what he's doing at the moment is not working. It's absolutely not working. And this is going to be a test. If he changes it, I'm going to have I'm going to have respect for him. If he rips it up and goes, right, needs to go back to the drawing board and does things differently. But if he sticks with the same shit next game, then listen, I'm sorry. Same questions need to be asked. Questions need to be absolutely asked. Pellegrini or Rafa or Vieira as our next manager. I don't know. I don't know about either of those, to be fair. Maybe Rafa. Maybe Rafa. Maybe Rafa. I do like Rafa Benitez. Taib says the player mentality in the dressing room at Arsenal is crap at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, it is. But then it's the manager's job to fire these players up, isn't it? And this is what I said, right, about Arteta. And I do believe this. I believe that, like I said to Kevin Campbell yesterday, Arteta reminds me of a young player. He reminds me of, you know when you get a young player and they've got the talent but not the experience. Well, that's what Arteta reminds me of. And Arteta, you can see he's got potential, but he's a little bit rough around the edges, and that's where he hasn't got any experience. And I do feel that now is the wrong time for him to be at Arsenal. With the state that we're in, the lack of finances. If he was to be at Arsenal, maybe when we're in the Champions League and we've got better players, and if he had got a bit more experience under his belt, I think it would be a good fit. But right now, I'm not so sure that he is a good fit when he's learning on the job as well. When we don't need a learner at the moment, we need somebody with experience. And I'm not saying that he wouldn't be good for Arsenal in the future. I'm just saying right now, I'm not sure that he, when you factor in all those, what I've just said to you, I'm not sure that he is a good fit. But I like him. I don't dislike the guy. I just don't think he's ready. And there's nothing wrong with not being ready. There's nothing wrong, and this is what I think as well. I don't blame him for taking the job. Any sane person in their right mind would have done the same thing. If Arsenal knock on your door and say, "Hey, do you want to be a manager?" You're going to say yes, aren't you? John says Pellegrini for me, but sadly he won't join us. And that's the thing. No good manager will touch us because our board won't give them the assurances of what they need. John says Boateng is too old. Yeah, exactly, mate. I don't want him. He's a clown. Tyron says, did you see Bellerin's performance for Spain? No, I have no interest in watching international football unless it's a tournament like a World Cup or a Euros. I'm assuming he played shit, or did he play good? Don't be surprised if Arsenal sign Boateng. Mate, I'm not surprised. Listen, he's a free. And we've become a retirement home for cast-offs, haven't we? Chelsea and anybody else, we are a retirement home for cast-offs. So, yeah, I won't be surprised. Bellerin was good against Netherlands yesterday. It was good for him. Shame he can't do that more for Arsenal. What does winning football matches mean to our current players? Standards have dropped. Exactly. Standards have dropped. Our standard is just turn up and coast through most of the games. Gabriel makes the top 6 teams. Yeah, Gabriel's got a shout there. But again, he needs to listen, it's too early to say with Gabriel. He's having a good run at the moment, but I'm holding court with a lot of these players because we've been here before where good young players have had a good run and then they've just fallen away. So until I see it on a consistent basis. But the only thing I will say with Gabriel is he's consistently been voted the best player, Arsenal's player of the month for the last 2 months. And that's a good sign. It's a good step in the right direction. Big up Tubbs ND2. Hope you're well. John says Gabriel and Partey would walk into any top team. Again, Partey's not really had long enough. He's not really played. He's got. Listen, I want to see a few more games of him. But yeah, he's quality. Thomas Partey is quality, and Gabriel's absolutely quality. So yeah, let me try and see what else we got here. What have we got? So yeah, guys, do keep firing. Apologies about that, guys. So yeah, do keep firing your questions in, guys, because I will read them out. And yeah, remember, guys, keep smashing the like button. Would really appreciate that. Somebody with a spam comment there has just put the word lobster. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, mate, but yeah, lobster. Never tried it. Actually, Tyrone says Gabriel won't walk into Man City, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, or Spurs defense. Man United wanted him, so I kind of disagree with you there. Man United wanted him, and I think he would. Listen, Man United have got that shit guy Harry Maguire, so yeah, I think he would. You're saying Werner's better than Aubameyang. I disagree. Kane and Son. Kane's not better than Aubameyang. Son, there's an argument. There's an argument there. Aguero. Yeah, listen, I like Aguero. I really do like Aguero. Mane. Yeah, Mane's a decent player. Yeah, Mane. Arteta is targeting Pep's cones, but you don't know how many he's going to knock down. Says Taib. What else we got? Nobody's saying Virtual Van Dijk is better. Virtual Van Dijk is better than Gabriel. John, what are you on about, Jonathan Porter? A week ago, El Neni is the answer to our midfield. Listen, I think Partey and El Neni will be a decent fit. I just think they need a consistent run of games. And listen, let's be honest, everybody underperformed against Aston Villa. You can't just single out on any on the basis of that performance. Everybody underperformed. Even Partey underperformed. And he was only there, on the pitch until half time. So everybody underperformed. Arsenal should get Declan Rice to play alongside Partey. We will surely dominate that midfield. They will dominate the midfield. No, I don't like Declan Rice. I'd rather have maybe somebody better than him, maybe like a Jack Grealish. Yeah, I'm not sure what the fuck is going on here with my speech. It's always flaming happens every time I do a solo stream. Never happens when I've got guests on, only when I do a solo stream. Remember, guys, smash the like button, put your questions in, and I will go. Big up, Adam. Big up, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. He said, so I saw you on AFTV. He said, I wonder whether it's harder to enjoy games due to obvious reasons? No, not at all, mate, to be honest. Not at all. The thing I find hard is, especially when I do things like YouTube and stuff, because I miss visual bits of the game. So listen, I feel like an absolute idiot when I'm sat on a podcast or something and somebody's talking about a part of the game, like whether the player's tracking back and stuff, because I miss those, because unfortunately my audio commentary doesn't pick up those in the same way that you can see it visually. So when things happen, like with players' body language and stuff, commentators do mention it sometimes, but it's not the same as being able to see it. But no, definitely not, mate. I enjoy the games. If anything, I enjoy them more because I pay attention to every little detail and stuff, with sound and atmosphere. But yeah, that's the only thing that's sort of a bit frustrating. But that's more because like I said, I've started doing YouTube and started going on to podcasts, and I think what's frustrating as well is that because people know that I have a disability, and I'm not saying you guys in the chat are awesome, but people that see me and I talk about football, because obviously I miss out those visual bits that people would talk about in a game and stuff, that they think that when I talk about my football knowledge, they just think that I copy other people and don't have my own opinions, and that my opinion is not valid for that reason. So yeah, those are the things that's kind of frustrating. But in terms of actual going to a game, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I still travel across the UK everywhere to watch Arsenal. So let's have a look. Tubbs ND says, I'm actually a Bayern fan too. Boateng has had a good season, but going downhill. Alaba is on a free. Alaba could go as a free next summer, or we could go in January. I would take Alaba. I think Alaba's quality. I think Alaba is actually really good. Whether he could do it in the Premier League is a different story, but I'll take a shot on him. Let's have a look. What else we got here? Let's have a look. 15:39. So yeah, smash the like button, guys. Do hit the subscribe if you're new as well, and smash the like button. I'm not entirely sure because I can't check the likes at the moment. I can't really check them for some reason. StreamYard doesn't do that. That's one thing that they don't. You can't see the likes and stuff, so I can't check without firing this up on my phone and that. So, but yeah, do fire up the likes. Would really appreciate that. And yeah, do go and check out my show with Kevin Campbell if you've not checked it out already. It was a really, really good show. What have we got here? Let's try and rattle through some more of these comments. Have a look here. Listen, I agree with you. I think that Van Dijk is quality. He's better than Gabriel. But then Gabriel's only just come to the Premier League, and Virtual Van Dijk's had more time, so we can't really compare the two just yet. And in terms of your comparison to Aubameyang and Kane, Aubameyang's record since he's been here is far better than Kane, so I kind of disagree with you on that. I disagree with you absolutely on that. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Let me have a look at this. Ah, dear. So yeah, smash the likes, guys. Like I said, would really appreciate that. Right, what have we got here? Read that one. Back five against Mulder is just playing dumb. Exactly, I agree. Sorry, I will get my words out eventually. Arteta needs to pick his games and play Wilkins bias more advanced. His stubbornness to play defensive is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous, John. It's just you don't need the whole squad just defending. You know, you've got defenders and defensive midfielders for that. And you know, you don't need your strikers defending. Yes, there's got to be some level of working hard and defending. I get that. But you also need to let them do what their bread and butter is. You know, you still need to let them score goals and create chances Let's have a look. Cheddars, this is a great question. He said, would you trade the Invincible season for 5 years of success? And that question is question of the Q&A so far. Personally, no, because the Invincibles is a great achievement. The Invincibles is a fantastic achievement. And I believe that if you're a good enough club and you've got good enough players, you can do both. The problem is we haven't got good enough. You know, we're rotten from the top down, and unfortunately that goes down onto the pitch at the moment. You know, we don't have a good enough club and we don't have good enough players. So yeah, we're right down there. But good question though. Yeah, and I like the Invincibles. I absolutely really do like the Invincibles. And what's going on here with this? Bear with me, guys, because my speech has just crashed again. Right. I'm going to do a couple more because I've been going for an awful long time. Wow, a lot of you would. Jonathan says, my point about let me read that again. Jonathan says, my point about El Neni is the reactionary of fans. 1 week he's great, the next minute he's rubbish. Fans need to back a player and manager and not want change all the time. And nobody's saying that, Jonathan. That's you interpreting that, right? And like I've said before, I'm not wanting change. I don't want Arteta change. The only change I want is Arteta to change his tactics and do something different because it's not working. I've once on this this show or any other show since the Villa game have I said that I want Arteta out? And I'm just questioning things he's done. I'm not saying that I want him out, nor am I saying, that he should be sacked. And this is what really pisses me off, right? Yeah, really pisses me off is that you question a manager's tactics and people automatically think that you want change. No, why? Obviously, the current tactics aren't working, so yeah, the current tactics have got to change. But people assume that because you're questioning Arteta, that you're Arteta out. I'm not saying that. And I said before, yes, he's lacking experience. We needed somebody more experienced. Yeah, we needed it, but we haven't got that. We got Arteta, and listen, I'm giving him a chance, giving him a proper chance. But I feel that his lack of experience is going to cost us eventually. Now, that's not me saying I want Arteta out. That's not me saying that. And people need to start interpreting stuff the right way. And this is the problem. When anyone questions Arteta's tactics, they automatically think, you're Arteta out. You're Arteta. Yeah, some people are. And listen, that's their opinion. You can't change that. But there's nothing wrong with questioning a manager's tactics. That doesn't mean to say that you're not backing that manager. He's not immune to criticism. And some Arsenal fans need to get fucking real and realise that, it's silly. You're jumping to all the wrong conclusions. And if anybody don't like what I'm saying, then, that's my opinion. It is what it is. All right, let's have a look here. Oh yeah, big up Melina as well. Let's have a look. I hate Alaba seeing by. He's actually half Filipino. Is he? Wow. Okay. Right. What have we got here? Yeah, smash the likes, everybody. Arsenal may not spend big in the January summer. I'm guessing you mean January or summer window. Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? That's the $1 million question. Are on 14 likes. Yeah, come on, guys. You can do better than that. Smash them likes up. Smash them likes up. Georgie CFC. How are you, George? Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, mate, I'm good. Hope you're well. John says, great show last night. Yeah, if you've not checked it out, go and check out my show with Kevin Campbell. Really, really good show. Like I said, Kevin Campbell's going to be coming on at least once a month. He's agreed to do that. So, yeah, that's brilliant. So, yeah, I'll get him back on in December. Kane this season is better than Aubameyang. Yeah, I agree. This season he's better at the moment, but overall, I don't think he's the better player. John disagrees. The Revenant says, I disagree with you. Kane is the far more complete player. Yeah, and he's got more to his game, but listen, this is what people need to understand as well. Aubameyang's strengths is scoring goals, and that's what we've got to play to. Just because he can't do what Kane can do, it doesn't matter. We got to play to his strengths, and his strengths is scoring goals. It's I don't know. It's just, listen, it's just mad. This fan base is, Arsenal's fan base is just fucked. People talk about the club being toxic from top to bottom. People need to look at a majority of this fan base, because a majority of this fan base is rotten from the top down as well. Let's have that right. Let's have a look. Don't play Tierney left centre back. Yeah, Tierney is a left back. He's the best left back, and he should be played there. Let's have a look. Kane is far more consistent than Aubameyang. Not necessarily. You look at the last couple of seasons. Kane's had barren runs as well from scoring goals. Let's not forget that, guys. Kane has had barren runs too. Let's have a look. Tyrone says Arsenal need Champions League football to bring top players in. Yeah, exactly, I agree. That's why I thought the next 4 or 5 games for Arteta is critical. Tubbs and D said consistency is gold. The problem is Arsenal have been consistently bad recently. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. John says, I love watching the Invincibles 03 or 4. Yeah, thanks, Tubbs, mate. Thanks. I appreciate your comment. John says, we need to move. I loved watching the Invincibles 03, 04. We need to move on from that now, though. Yeah, I agree. And that's another fucking joke as well, right? Another joke, right? Yeah. Is that our fan base get on Tottenham about living in the past and, slugging them off because of their supposed history, but we're just as bad, man. We just cling on to the history like it's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm more concerned of what's going on now, because let's be honest, you can't change history, but what you can do is change the future, the present and the future. Fair enough, Jonathan. Fair enough, mate. Thanks, John. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Again, John. No, and like I'm not digging at you. I'm not digging at you as well, Jonathan. Right? I'm just saying that people need to realize that it's when people dig. I'm not like I say, I'm not digging at you, but there's just fans that just. Do you know what I mean? Like you criticize Arteta's tactics and they just think that you're upsetting. You're upsetting the great Messiah, and Arteta's not the Messiah, and he's still learning. We have to understand that. We have to respect that. And but again, like I said, he's not immune to criticism. I'm sorry, he's just not. Yeah, I agree, Tyrone. We should get an experienced manager to build the team, and then get Arteta in after. I agree. And then Arteta would gain experience as well. Because listen, taking the Arsenal job is a big problem. It's a big job. It's too big at this current time and moment. Now, that's not me saying that Arteta and Arsenal aren't a good fit. I just don't think they're a good fit right now. And that's not me criticising Arteta, because listen, in his position, everyone would have done the same. But right now, Arteta and Arsenal isn't a good fit. Let's have a look. Tyrone says, I don't see Aubameyang scoring 20 goals plus this season with the 3-4-3 formation. Well, yeah, that's what I'm hoping that Arteta changes it. And Jonathan, mate, I couldn't agree more. Everyone's entitled to opinion, and that's what it's all about. And I agree. Like, listen, I agree with you. Everybody is entitled to an opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. But see, the thing is, it's one thing having an opinion, and then, you know, criticizing somebody because they, you know, they're calling out their manager, and that's fine. Like, listen, and like I said, you know, I'm not Arteta out. I'm nowhere near Arteta out, but I am questioning his decisions because they need to be questioned. You know, I actually want the guy to succeed, and I actually think he's quite a likable guy. But some of the decisions he's made and some of the decisions he's making, you have to question. You know, that's just part and parcel of it. We're in a results business. We're not getting the results. You know, football's a results business. We're not getting the results at the moment, and unfortunately, the buck stops with the manager as well as the players. And I've not just levelled it at Arteta. You know, I've said that some of these players need to step up as well. But again, I'm going to go back to Arteta here, and he's the one picking the team. And if he consistently picks players that are underperforming, that is his problem, and that is a criticism that I will level at him. And he has done. You know, you look at Willian, right? Yeah, how can Willian get in this team consistently, but yet Pepe gets 2 goals and 2 assists, but not playing in the team? And especially when you look at Arteta, he's consistently said that he's picking players based on form, and his actions are going against what he's saying. So you have to question him. Listen, I'm not saying I want him to fail. I don't. But when you look at those things like that, you've got to question them. I'm sorry, you've got to. I want to win. I want my club to win. You know, we all do. I mean, you know, all Arsenal fans want their club to win. What else have we got here? What are your thoughts on this season schedule and international matches? Well, first and foremost, I think international football should be scrapped. International football should be. Listen, it feels like we've had so much more international football than we have actually had a Premier League and European season. But yeah, I would absolutely scrap international football. That's where all the problems have come with players, you know, picking up COVID, and that is because of international football. It's just move it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about international football. Not even the players. They don't care. Anybody that tells me different is lying. Yeah, you know, yeah, you're going to get the odd few players that care, but really, majority of players don't care about international football. Exactly. Aubameyang plays a centre forward. Trying to make the defence play deeper. One behind. Yeah, and I agree with you, John. And I'm not getting defensive. I'm just saying, I'm just, you know, just having my point as you're having your point. And you know, listen, like I said to Kevin as well, healthy debate is good. Listen, if we all agree, then everything would be boring. And I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong or your opinion is invalid. And I would never say that on this show. I'd never say that anybody's opinion is invalid, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm just saying that, you know, some of our fan base, and I'm not labeling you at all. I'm just saying that some of our fan base is that, you know, gets personal with it. That's all I'm saying. Have a look here. What have we got? Let's have a look here. Arsenal are better than Everton, and Everton managed to get Ancelotti in. Yeah, Ancelotti's done all right at Everton, to be fair. Everton have done all right. Everton have done pretty sound. Kedda says, personally, I think Brendan Rodgers at Arsenal would be a good fit. Brendan Rodgers is a decent manager, to be fair. Tyrant says Sloppersley, Sloboslay or Sloppersley, however you fucking pronounce it, had a good game. We should get against Bayern. Should get him in. Yeah, I like him. I'll take him. He's a decent player. Tyrant says Willian must be class in training. Yeah, but you don't win. You don't get into the top 4 or win trophies on the training pitch, do you? Jonathan says my problem is criticism after 8 games. We're in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We're unbeaten in the Europa League, and quarterfinals of the Carabao. It's too early to have strong views either way. Not necessarily. And like I say, people who want Arteta out, it is too early. It is too early. I agree. But you can question his decisions, and this is what I'm doing. I'm questioning his decisions. I'm not saying I want him out. I'm not saying, yes, some of you guys in the chat might want Arteta out, and that's fine. That's your opinion. That is your view. But I'm giving him till the end of the season. That's where I stand on it. But having said that, the football we're seeing at the moment is not good enough. And if we aspire to get into the top 4 or get into the Champions League, it's not been good enough. And you're right, Jonathan. You say that we're unbeaten in the Europa League. Look at the teams we've played, though. Let's look at that. Let's look at the teams we have played. Dundalk, Molde, and Vienna. Let's be honest. Let's be really honest here. Those teams are not the greatest. Vienna, the best of a bad bunch for me. So we do have to look at the level of opposition we've played. And, again, as well, you look at the level of opposition we played in the league. Liverpool, Man City, we've come up short. And we know we can beat those guys because we've done it. We beat them last season. We beat Man City in the FA Cup semi-final. We beat Chelsea. We beat Liverpool. Listen, okay, Liverpool were essentially on holiday because they'd already won the title. But these players have it in them to do that. And that's the thing. And also, there's other things to factor in as well. We've not scored from open play in the last 4 hours of football. And you're right, in saying that it's too early to be wanting a manager out. But you just have to look at how things have gone. For Arsenal Football Club, and I'm sorry, for Arsenal Football Club not to score in 4 hours of football with the talent that we've got, and we have got talent. We've got Aubameyang, we've got Lacazette, we've got Willian, we've got Pepe. All of those guys can get goals. With the talent that we've got, not to score from open play since the Sheffield game is pathetic. I'm sorry, but that's just a sad fact. For Arsenal Football Club, it's pathetic. And, you know, so there's certain factors you have to bear in. But I agree with you. I'm not saying I'm not calling for Arteta to be out, and I know there's some fans are, but listen, that's their opinion, and I'm not gonna go against that. I'm not gonna go for it. My opinion is that we should give him till the end of the season and assess things from there, because he's got to have a full season. Listen, Emery had a full season, and we know that things can change in football rapidly. But some of the decisions that he's done, and like I said, this is going to be a big test for Arteta, a big test. If he changes tactics now, and I believe that the game against Villa was a shot against his bowels on, I think that really hit home the work that he's still to do. And I think he was a bit shell-shocked. So let's, and I want him to succeed. I want Arteta to succeed. I'd love nothing more, because I like the guy. You got anybody who's been on my channel, and Jonathan, I know you pop in on a few streams and that, that you pop in now and again. But the guys, the regulars who have been here consistently, will know that I've spoke very highly of Arteta. I've spoke very highly of Arteta, and I've been making, excuses and sort of, saying that it's too early to judge, and saying that he needs to be given more time. But at the moment, I've come to the conclusion that I am questioning his decisions more than I trust them, because more often than not, they're not working out. If they were working out, it'd be different, but they're not at the moment, and it'd be wrong of us not to question that. Right, let's have a look here. What have we got? I'm going to wrap up soon, guys, because we have been going very shortly. I'm just going to see what else we've got in the chat before I do. Want to make sure I don't miss anything out. Scotland versus Serbia tonight. Winner goes to the Euros. Will be a cracking game. Salzburg has some players we need to start looking up, upcoming superstars. Says Tyrone. Yeah, I agree. John says, I only found out this morning who England play. Yeah, England, just boring. Bigger club than Arsenal will get Rodgers in. He said Liverpool and Celtic don't rate Rodgers. That is a massive. Celtic fans don't rate Rodgers. That is a massive warning sign, says Jonathan. Spurs lost to Antwerp, and they played stronger teams that they've used in the Europa. Again, and this is why I'm questioning Arteta, because we've got good players who perform in the Europa. Why not play them in the Premier League? They're getting results. Because let me tell you, the teams in the play, some of the players, I'm not saying all of them, guys like Partey and Gabriel, Thomas Partey and Gabriel have been decent. But why not try some of these younger players in the Premier League? Because some of the other players isn't working. And I like Partey and Gabriel. Those guys are quality. And I think Gabriel has consistently performed. We all know what Partey can do. It's just sadly that he's looking like he's injured for a bit now, isn't it, Partey? Right, let's have a look here. What have we got? Listen, you guys have been fantastic today, firing some really good questions. It's good to have a bit of a healthy debate. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Thank you, Tubbs ND. Thanks for joining. Let's have a look here. Big up football with Brownie. And that's what I said. That's exactly what I said, Brownie. So we've got to be cautious as well. Jonathan FC, saw your stream on Claude's channel. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. And thanks for joining. Thanks for subbing as well. And yeah, I'd really appreciate all the new subscribers. Listen, I keep saying this to all the regulars. Please smash the like button. Would really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it. And my bloody speech has bloody died again. Jesus Christ. This always happens, you know. Every time I do solo, it always happens. But thankfully, listen, technical problems. Even Cardiff would beat the likes of Dundalk and Malmo. Well, we didn't play Malmo, we played Mould. So yeah, we are where we are. Oh Jesus! Wow, I've been going for 1 hour 12 minutes. And currently 8 people watching. Do remember, guys, smash the like button. Listen, guys, I'm going to wrap up here actually, because you know, we've had a good stream. And listen, usually I expected the Q&As to go on for at least 30 to 40 minutes, so we've well exceeded that. So yeah, we've well exceeded that. If you haven't already, check out my show last night with Kevin Campbell. Listen, like I said, apologies I couldn't read out any of the questions. Smash a like on the video, subscribe, all that jazz. Listen, the banner's down there, so I won't keep banging on about that. And yeah, listen, guys, I will be back maybe tomorrow or maybe Saturday with I'm looking at doing a quiz. I'm also looking at getting a few more guests on. So yeah, do check that out. And yeah, listen, thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you're new around here, you know what to do as well, guys. Listen, I just want to say welcome to you. All the regulars, listen, you know, it's always fun talking to you guys. And yeah, listen, all enjoy the rest of your evening. Hopefully things will get better with Arsenal. And yeah, there's only one thing left to say, and that is, come on, you Gunners.